this room will agree that when you speak, your message is concise and very clear. My question is, are there any in our current Congress that listen to your message, and what are you doing to get this message out to our country?
Well, as to the first part, I'll be honest at the moment. I am not paying a whole lot of attention to Congress right now. I think that Congress is a sideshow at the moment. I think the budget process, the whole thing, it looks to me like theater. It's political theater. There are some decent people involved in that theater in the terms of the fact that they were lifted up recently and sent there to do a job. But have you noticed how the ones who are actually insisting, my constituents, I promised them this and this is what I'm going to stand for. There are some people like that. You've noticed them, right? I mean, they epitomized, Michelle Bachmann on the budget and Alan Best and people like this. And guess what? They're being counted. People are saying, how dare you fulfill your promise? How dare you represent your constituents? You think that's what you're here for, do you? We have to be adults. We have to be grown-ups. And as grown-ups, we must govern, not represent the people of our constituents. Grown-ups, therefore, are responsive to what? Nancy Pelosi, I wrote an article that's on World Net Daily right now about this the other day. She actually made a statement at Tufts. Did you see this statement? I'm surprised nobody's making more of it. Nancy Pelosi is at Tufts, and in the wake of the election, she looks at the Republicans and she says, "You Republicans have to take back your party." Read, "You Republicans have to stop those Tea Party people from actually getting anybody elected." And why? Because elections shouldn't matter so much. Because there should be shared values. Now, between you and me, I think that in 2010, November, right? I think we remember the people of this country repudiating her values. See, but she's saying to somebody in the Republican Party, we have shared values, and you must make sure that when people get here, they exemplify those shared values. The values we share with each other, not the values they're supposed to share with their constituents. See? That's the elite talking to itself. We form the values of this country. Don't let those pesky people get involved.
If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Right. And because they did, she is chiding them. See? So I think that we have to be careful. It's going to be really important, and I'm not discouraging anybody. Find good people, just as some people did in different parts of the country. Send them to Congress. See? But don't fool yourself that without a complete, deep, profound shift and reform in the political system, the party system, everything. You know, it's based right now on premises that basically are taken from the New Deal era. The New Deal was literally what it said. When you say New Deal, don't think of deal between businessmen. Think of deal in the casino, where the politician is the dealer sitting at a table. And the politician deals out government patronage, money, and benefits, and legal exemptions, right? And the way you keep people at your table is by putting just enough in their hand that they're going to sit there and think, I can win with this one. See? And that way they stay at your table, meaning they stay as your constituents. They stay as part of your power base. That's the New Deal. And they keep dealing, and guess what they deal with? They deal with money, and they deal with government jobs, and they deal with the abuse of regulations, and they even deal with the national security of the United States in such a way as to be able to get cards into the hands of people who will support their political ambition. Do you think we can live with that system? I know we can't. We need a political system that will return to the founders of the United States in the approach they took. They were elites. They were extraordinary elites. They are elites that, as was said yesterday, stand above the whole stream of human history. They stand out so much. But were they elites who said, well, we have to ignore the people? So they had every opportunity. The whole ethos of their day said, don't bother with those people. They couldn't have anything to do with government. The great unwashed, the ignorant, the illiterate, they're not like you. They don't have the birth, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the education, you know. They were people who actually thought that Jefferson in his mind would think that the greatest assemblage in human history was when Thomas Jefferson died alone. But others said that about Jefferson. Jefferson didn't think that about himself. How do we know? We know it of Jefferson and Washington and Hamilton and the whole lot of them, because when it came to framing the Constitution, they took what could have been kingship and aristocracy and elitism, and instead they wrote a document based on the government of, by, and for the people.